creative. Anyone can be creative, but what really goes into that? What really makes someone creative? What traits does a person have to be creative? What is it required? Is it a textbook example like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 5 things make you be creative? Or is it something more? Being creative mixes something new with something meaningful. You meld the two and they meet in the middle. It's not just something new or just something meaningful, because there are lots of new things that are worthless and lots of things that are meant to be meaningful that are or are not. But being creative is something that everyone wants to do. And being creative is transcending traditional ideas and being able to create meaningful new ideas. As I said before, something new and something meaningful mesh together, and that's how you become creative. So many people strive to be creative throughout their lives, but everyone's born creative. You can just look at a child as they play, as they're growing up. They imagine so many things and they take so many small things and create humongous things with them. They create whole worlds with their imagination. So, from childbirth, a child is creative and makes things. And as we get older, we try to create things and it becomes harder for us because we fit into molds of society. One huge part of being creative is thinking outside the box. And you hear this so often, but it's really hard to think outside the box because there's so many constraints on what we can do. But to be able to step outside of those constraints and then create, and then, we become creative. We have to think hard. It's not just a couple of ideas that come together. It's harder for some people than it is for others, but mainly we have to think very hard about what we do, and we have to contemplate how to be creative and what makes our idea or ideas creative in the first place. Another thing of being creative is taking many ideas and putting them together. You have to be positive, you're thinking of solutions, you have to brainstorm, you have to be innovative, you have to be intelligent, you have to come up with a new concept. Maybe you have to be a genius. There's so many things that go into creativity. And there's not one tried and true method. But one of the methods that you should always remember when trying to be creative is to be simple. Simple is beautiful. It always has been. To take something very simple and to make it great is why millions of companies around the world spend millions and millions of dollars. They want to create one thing, make it very simple, and make it beautiful and make everyone in the world use it. Like this circle on the screen. Is it a circle? Is it a ball? Is it a sphere? Is it a hole to another dimension? See, a circle is simple, but it can become more things. It's not just a circle. It could be so much more. One huge rule of being creative is to be different. If you see that someone has done, this one thing, let's say A, and someone over here has done B, then you do C. Don't do A or B. Don't be like them. Do your own thing. That's being creative, not copying what someone else has done. Creativity is endless. You could walk forever and ever in your imagination and never reach the end of it. Now, it's a long journey because it never ends. But to embark upon that journey and find your creativity is what will set you apart from everyone else. And that's truly being creative. I like this picture of the galaxy because it just shows an endless possibility. You don't have to stay confounded in Earth. You can go beyond that. You can go into the galaxy. You can go anywhere. And I love the fact that this picture portrays that. That's why I chose it. Because you can go anywhere with your mind and anywhere with your creativity. Sometimes you become stuck. It's okay to borrow an idea as long as you're not borrowing the exact idea. As long as you're not taking it word for word and maybe putting a different label on it and then calling it something new. But if you can borrow a bit and piece from here and there, then you have something that you can make your own. Get with a group or people that you trust or people that are like minded and then work together to be creative. Because creativity in one person is amazing, but creativity in a group is beyond amazing because you have so many minds working together to be creative. And once everyone is creative, then you're really creating something. Take notes. Take lots of notes. Take millions of notes. Because everything that you write down, you can go back later and look at it and say, oh, I remember this idea. let me incorporate this, or let me take this and change it, modify it to create my creative vision. Because once you write something down, it's there. You don't have to worry about losing it. Another thing is share your idea with someone that you trust. Present it to them. Say, hey, this is my idea to be creative. This is what I want to show everyone. And do that. And afterwards, if they like your idea or don't, you can take their criticism and either make your project better or you can change it completely. Another big thing is taking a break. Go outside, eat in the sun. If you live near the ocean, get some of that sea breeze in your face. Just step away from it all. So you can take a break, let your mind clear, and then come back with fresh creativity. Because being bogged down can only hurt. Another important thing is don't be so hard on yourself when you're trying to be creative. Yes, you want it to be perfect. Yes, you want everyone to love it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be perfect, and somebody's going to hate it. Somebody's going to tell you that it's bad. But you have to keep going. You have to strive harder and do more. Revise your work. After you create so much, go back and look over it. Because there may be a simple mistake that you made that you didn't see because you were so deep into it. There might be, you might have just put a small bit of coding wrong and it messed up everything. Once you go back and revise and look over everything that you've created, then you have it. And another, or I say maybe the most important things, give due credit. If someone helped you, say they helped you. Like right here, all these pictures, I didn't make these pictures. I got them from the internet. And these are the sources right here. Because you have to give due credit where credit is due. Thank you very much.